You good, so what's up, guys? What is going on? Hope everybody's doing well. Liverpool versus Brighton, 2-0. Best game. Best game by far. Absolutely best game by far this season. From Liverpool, there was so much going on this game. So many things to cover. I don't think I'm going to even get to half of what I want to say. This game was played, obviously, yesterday. I just finished watching the second half today. I was able to watch it in parts. And Brighton, I don't know. Let me start with Brighton. I don't know how you guys didn't score. Minta, Van Hecke, Mintoma when he came in. Gruda had that chance. Gomez had two chances. Especially was it that first one? I think it was either Gomez or I think it was Haifa. Haifa. I think he had the best chance with the beautiful lob and just the ball just bouncing just the way we all want that ball to bounce, to just rip the hell out of it. And he took too long or something. Yeah, he missed the opportunity to just send the ball with Allison inside the net. That's how good that ball placement was. It was perfect for Haifa. Gomez, like I said, he also had a clear chance, especially the first one. I don't know what happened there. I don't know, he hesitated or something. And then the second one, which was a cross, I think it was from Van Hecke or Haifa, and just got there too late. Probably too hard of a touch, too heavy of a touch, and he just couldn't get to it. But damn, man, Minta, that this could have been a tie, and it still would have been a great game. I mean, it would have been a tie for Liverpool. That's the last thing you want, but man, it would have been such a great game, such a great. I think that would have complemented the game. Brighton scoring. Even though you don't want him to score, you don't want them to score, you want Liverpool. And I want Liverpool to win. Obviously, I do want Liverpool to win. But the way in which they pretty much split Liverpool and they got past them, that back line is still not looking good for Liverpool. Let's be honest about that. Way too easy. Way too easy. Kanate's, man, I don't know what's going on with him, man. His level has dropped drastically. I think I like to say that he's going to be okay for the World Cup. He's going to be good for France once he gets integrated in that French team. It's just a whole different players, whole different system. People around him are completely different, and just the feel and the ambience is going to be different for him. But yeah, he's not looking good. But they got split. They got split open. They got parted like the Red Sea, as they say. And they should have scored. There was just so many times, those combinations to be able to get past Liverpool, sometimes were just way too easy, especially for a team like Liverpool. You can't be exposed like that. You can't get passed through in that way. You just can't. It's not acceptable, especially not at home. Definitely not at home. So I don't know how that came to be that it was just a 0. They had a lot of chances, almost as many chances as Ekitike had. Because Ekitike, had you not scored those goals, right now it would have been a different hymn that they would have been chanting for Ekitike. He missed a lot of chances. Now, I'm not expecting him to score every single one of those chances, right? He could have had 4 goals easily, or maybe even more. But what was so good about those opportunities was the way they created these plays. The way Wirtz ended up giving him that little heel flick. The way Gomez, before he went out, hope Gomez is okay. I thought Gomez was phenomenal on that right wing. He was so good in the first 20 minutes, I think it was, of gameplay. He was so good going forward and also defending. The opportunities that Ekitike had. And then once Salah came in also. Salah and him were just back and forth. I gotta tip my hat off to Salah, because that was phenomenal. And that was actually just standard playing. That's the way he should be playing, right? But because I haven't seen that in such a long time. Last year he wasn't playing like that. He never plays like that. And I always had an issue, and it feels like I'm the only one that sees that when he's in front of goal and he's got 3-4 people, and he just, for whatever reason, something compels him to shoot when he's got 3-4 people, and it always ends up getting blocked. And the only reason I'm going to say that nobody's been saying anything is because he ended up scoring last year. This year, you're not scoring. So now people are getting upset, and that's why he ended up being benched, which he should have gotten benched. That whole fiasco that people were making such a big deal out of it should never have come to, that's just normal. You're not playing well, you're going to be on the bench. It doesn't matter what legendary status you have. You're not going to play. Why would you play? Simple as that. Why would you play? And it was just 3 games. It should have been more. And you saw the effect that it had on him. It was almost like, please, Daddy Slot, please don't ever do that to me. I'll be a good boy. Oh, he was a good boy. He was definitely a good boy. He played absolutely phenomenal. I loved his performance, even towards the end with that. Well, I don't know what he was thinking. I almost feel like he did that on purpose. That pass to Van Dijk or Robertson, that was done on purpose. Come on, man. He had such a great game, and then you can't make a simple pass. That was just weird. He did so many other things that were more complicated, that required more effort, more complicated thinking involved. And he just couldn't simply give who, I don't know, like the closest one was Van Dijk, so I'm guessing it was to Van Dijk. I mean, Robertson was following along; he was like right next to Van Dijk. How do you do that? How do you miss that? That was the second assist. He had two. He could have 2 assists and a goal. And who was it? Was it Chiesa? Yeah, Chiesa that ends up giving him that center. And I know there was that bounce, and it's not the easiest assist or the easiest cross to be able to strike, but it's Salah. You know he's got the class. You know he's got the talent. And he's not able to connect well with the ball. What a waste. That would have been 2 assists and a goal for Salah. That was a shame. That was a shame. But even that, I didn't mind it. I really didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all because of the effort that he put in. Kind of that Darwin Nunez effort. You know, that unselfish Darwin Nunez, that unselfish just period, thinking about the collective, thinking about the team and not about yourself. I get that, like, as a number 9, as the go-to guy to look for so you can win the game. I get that sometimes, but when you take it past the point where you're not producing and you're not scoring as much as you did last year, that's when you have a problem. That's when I think we're going to have a problem. And no, he was great. He was absolutely great. Even times when I was like, oh, he's going to shoot the ball, all of a sudden, like, he ends up passing the ball. And sometimes he should have shot the ball. No, he ended up passing. He ended up passing the ball to someone that was in an even better position than he was. And I was all for it. And then sometimes when he ended up passing it to someone else, I was like, no, you take it, man. At that point, it's like, nah, it's okay. You take it. You do it. You know, you can do it as well, you know, which he did. I was disappointed with the ending, but at the same time, how could I be disappointed with like the performance that he gives, like team player? And this whole squad ended up playing better. Now, I don't think a lot of people are probably going to say like, oh, now we're going to start playing better. I don't think this is the moment to start saying that, man. It's just one game, and that's it. There's nothing else that should make you believe that this is going to start like some kind of chain of, you know, winning games. You're still a long way from that, guys. You're a long way from that. Just relish this one game, and that's it. That's it. I would even say like, I don't know, bench him again. It did him so good. You know, it's like a penance for him. It did him so good for him to be benched. I just hope he doesn't go back to that status of him that, you know, has to be all about him, because I think he made a huge mistake. I was seeing so many videos about him and Carragher, the whole thing going on, that got blown way out of proportion. Like, I don't care what status you have. I don't care what you did in numbers. The whole point here is that you have to win, and he's not helping the team out. He was a detriment to this team, and he needed to be benched 3 games, and that was it. There was no big deal about that. But his little ego just couldn't take it. So many people that were being biased and partial. I'm not gonna even waste the time to talk about these people. Like, yeah, I respect them. I think they put out great content, but they were completely wrong in this. Completely wrong. And you could just see the bias all over. No, they were good. Ekitike was great, you know, except for the finishes. Some of those finishes, I mean, he's got to do better than that. But, I mean, he came through. Gomez, like I said. Kirk I don't think that glow up is going to happen. The Cucurella / Caicedo glow up. Verts also probably one of his better games, better matches. So let's see. Shouldn't be saying anything about Verts either. Like, that's going to take time. Give it time. Like, it's just one game. You know, it's probably the best game that he's had. I think there was another game where people were saying, oh yeah, this is his best game. This was better than that game. Whatever game that was, that people were saying that he played really well. Curtis Jones, man. Like, for a second there, I was getting glimpses of Iniesta or something. He loves that little Cruyff turn. That little thing that he was doing in the back. The audacity of him to be doing that to Ruta in the back there. Jorginho Ruter. Wow, man. Like, that was so good. And right after that, he follows up with the little Cruyff turn and just like the little messy in between, like, you know, shifting ball from one foot to another. So silky smooth from Curtis Jones. So good. And overall, he played a really good game. McAllister, he's there. I don't think he had that great of a game. Gravenberch is always good. Szoboszlai, I think he was injured, had to come out. I hated that, like, when Salah came in, he had to go back, you know, to right back. But, you know, it works out. He can play. He can play pretty much anywhere. Alisson, of course, you know, great. Made so many good saves. Konate's the only one that I'm, like, kind of worried. Konate and Kirk, you know. I have more faith in Konate because, you know, he's been there for a while. But Kirk, man, that's the weakest link right there. The decision-making. The first half was good. Him and Minta, that was good. You know, it was like a 50-50 duel. You know, he won some, he lost some. Didn't look too outplayed by Minta. But in the second half, and the decisions that he makes is just, I don't know, man. He doesn't look like he's quality for a Liverpool side. Maybe some other team, like I said before, but not Liverpool. I don't think he's meant to be in Liverpool. I simply don't think he has He has the chops. He has what it takes to be a Liverpool player. That's pretty much it. What a game. Really, what a game. From beginning to end, what a game. The first goal coming in the first minute, and then the header, and then everything else. Salah's performance was just magnificent. I loved every bit of it. I loved every bit of it. The unselfishness and just looking for his teammates. He looked so good just playing for the team. For once, playing for the team. It did him so well to be on the bench. Ekitike, great, you know. Isak, that's another one, comes in and hopefully he gets there because we all know what he's capable of. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.